Hello dear friends, Fisher here. So we continue with our book, The Power of the Spirit today by Alpha Hosp, and credit to him. And then today, so Bruno's talking about very, very important things, important message. Often you hear this end time prophecy, 2008, 2012 or whatever, in the future the world will end, all the doom and glooms, yes or no, even in the biblical term or lots of other prophecies, we're talking about the end of the time, how things will go, how things will turn out, and this and that. And Bruno gave a very important talk regarding the end of time, and then it heavily depends on us. Let me read this chapter for you. It's very, very important. And Bruno said, human beings have received from God as a gift the inviolable free will to stand by either good or evil, even if they make life hell through their lack of understandings, greed, and vengefulness towards one another, and even threaten or annihilate the bodies of other people. This still remains at the level of guilt and retribution in the destiny they make for themselves. That is, everyone must, for as long as they do not walk the path of non-violence, experience and carry to term in their own bodies everything that they have caused or done to other people by way of evil. This laborious, lengthy, and heavy rhythm of birth and death has been in operation since human beings first abandoned the divine path. But so long as in this vale of tears, as it appears from the earthly and material perspective, there nevertheless remains, one view from the spiritual perspective, one little spark of hope that people will turn around, and so long as life on earth as a whole is not in danger, and then God's forbearance continues. It is only in the case where any development towards the good is out of the question, and that the aforementioned great correction becomes unavoidable. Whether, when, and how much an event occurs, only God knows. Therefore, I emphasize once again, the more human beings serve the good, the more unlikely it is that such a decisive event will occur. Never forget, God is love itself, and only wants the very best for his human children. But he will not allow his creation to be destroyed by evil. I read many books. I've been through many things, struggles, difficulties in my life, and this chapter is so powerful that it explains so many doubts I have in life and so many questions I couldn't figure out with my little silly head. So basically Bruno said, first, very important, a free will. Human beings receive free will from God. So we have a choice to choose every single day, every single moment, to choose good or evil, to choose to serve entirely by our egoistic interest, our selfish interests, or to serve the common good for us and ourselves and others. So the free will is very, very important. Human beings is only creatures, if I should say, or only beings so far on earth has the free will. The animals live by the natural law. They're driven by nature. They don't destroy nature. So they don't choose between good and evil. They just purely every day driven by the law of nature, which is self-preservation and survival. all the animals, the grass, the trees, the insects, the birds, the mammals, the fish, all the animals in animal kingdoms, in the plants kingdom, everything is driven by nature law. Only human being given this divine gift to choose, the free will. And we should choose very, very carefully, dear friends. Because our free will can either serve good or evil. So we have to choose very carefully. And as for Bruno go on and say, that for lack of understandings, greed, vengefulness towards one another, and the human beings threaten to basically annihilate other people's bodies. So basically we are doing many evil things to other people, of course good and evil. So when we do the bad things, and then the level of guilt and retribution will come back to us. This is the fundamental of karmic law. The universal law of karma is very harsh in a way that whatever you bring forth or whatever you treat others, you'll come back to you. So it's let's use a very simple analogy. Have you ever played tennis against the wall? If you ever do, you know, if you hit the tennis ball harder towards the wall, it'll bounce back harder. That's a simple way I can put it for the karmic law. So if you treat others harshly, and then the harsh results or harsh effect will bounce back to you. If you treat others with gentleness and softness, and then the gentleness and the softness will come back to you. So it's very simple. The karmic law works very simply. Whatever you bring forth to other people will come back to you. So treating people nicely because you want yourself to be treated nicely. So as what Bruno warns, as long as human beings don't walk on the path of non-violence, and then they always experience the non-violence to them. If we are being violent to other people by our way of evil, and then the pain, the sufferings we afflicted on others will finally come back. Might not be in this life, might be in the next lifetime. And some people just say like, oh, I see there's a greedy people, and then I do all sorts of evil things, but look, they enjoy the rich material life. They enjoy this and that. They have many like men and women in their life, so they have lots of wealth. They do whatever they want, and then but I don't see any karma being played out on them. But don't worry. The universe has its own timing, dear friends. So when you see something, and the karma has been played out, you sometimes see the instant karma. So basically, if like one guy is a bully another guy, and then he might get beaten up by the third person straight away. Sometimes you see this instant karma, and often the karma has its own timing. It's delayed. And then I have this experience many times. So I'll give you a quick example. When I was a lot younger, I was silly, stupid, ignorant. So you name it. So and then at a stage when I was feeling sad, I want to move away. So I moved away from all the friends like I had in the city. So later on, I don't keep contact with them. And then later on, and then only when there's another friend, and then they just suddenly disappear in my life. And then I say to myself, what's happened? So what have I done to them? Why they just suddenly disappear? And then it reminds me, myself, 10 years ago, you disappeared from your friend in another city. What do you think they will feel? What do you think they will think? And then suddenly you disappear. Your friend will think, oh, what's happened? Why like Fisher just disappeared? So why he doesn't contact us anymore? So pay attention, dear friends, to your life, and you feel very, very clearly that this karmic law has been played out in your life every single moment. So only when you focus and pay attention to it, and then you understand things happen in your life for a certain way. It's not just random, oh, okay, I'm lucky, I'm unlucky, I'm fortunate or I'm unfortunate. It's not like that. Everything happens in your life for a reason. It's merely a reflection of what have you done in the past. So pay attention to your life. We'll continue our story with the second part.